So here's 5 plugins you should look into for 2022. Hey, welcome back everyone, or if you're new here, hello, it's good to see you. I'm Phil, and on this channel we focus on songwriting, music production, or just creating music as a whole. So today I want to go over 5 plugins that I found myself using a whole bunch in 2021, and I want to show you that way you can look into it for 2022. Not that these are old plugins or anything, but these are plugins I truly feel are worth the money if they fit the need that you're looking for. Let's go jump into Logic and take a look at the plugins. Alright, let's start off nice and simple. The first plugin I want to show you is my favorite reverb. Now this reverb comes from Native Instruments, and it is the reverb that is straight on my template when I start every single music production project here in Logic. And this is Raum by Native Instruments. I don't know why, I just love the way it looks, but outside of that, it sounds great. So let's just get a clean vocal on here. We'll leave just the EQ on there, and let's solo this out.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new?
Now listen how good this reverb sounds.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new?
So now I'll bring everything back in except for the reverb and throw it on. Listen to how it just helps my vocals sit in the mix.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new?
Now it's very subtle, but my vocal without it sits up front in the mix and it just helps push it back a little bit more. Still sticking on vocals. Now this plugin comes in at a big whopping price of free. The only way I can describe what Fresh Air does is it just makes your voice crispy. I don't know, it's how I describe it. I can't really describe what it does. Take a listen to my vocal without it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new?
Now, not that it sounds bad there, but now I'll go add it back in and just listen how it just brings my voice back.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I...
Crispy, right? Don't tell me that doesn't sound crispy. That is crispy. Listen to the full mix and I'll add it back in.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new?
Super easy plugin to use. There's only 2 dials. And then I also like after you have the settings dialed in, click the little link icon here, and now they'll go pretty much in tandem with each other, so you can adjust how much of that effect you want in there. Super awesome plugin. All right, now let's switch gears a little bit. When I'm in music production mode, I'm always just looking for good sounds. And so when I find a good sound, I'm always trying to find a way to kind of spice it up or just make it a little more lively or just make it interesting to listen to. So on this song, I started off with just a nice guitar and I just wanted to find a way to make it a little bit more interesting but not make it too distracting. One plugin I love doing that with is Portal by Output. Now this is just a plugin. I'll throw on an instrument just to do a little bit of random movement or a little bit of random different sounds, and I just mix in to taste and listen to what I did for this guitar. Super subtle. So here's the guitar by itself. But now I'll bring Portal in after it starts playing and listen to what it does to it. Don't tell me that's not a vibe. That's a vibe. I bet if we looked that up in the dictionary, we would see under vibe that right there. Now, something I love about Output's plugins is they just have a great user interface. Not only does it look good, but it's easy to use. As you can see, there's plenty of presets for me to go through. What I ended up getting down to was the delay section, alarming delay, and you can see I barely have any of that effect coming in because it would have got distracting with too much in there. Doesn't sound terrible, but there we go. Easy peasy. Alright, if you've been watching my channel at all, you would know that I love Arcade by Output. Now, I'm not sponsored by Output in any way. I just love their plugins, and this is no exception. Now Arcade, when they upgraded to 2.0, it was just an absolute game changer. If you haven't already seen my video on that, go ahead and check it out up here. But it's just great from a songwriting and music production standpoint. So what I did on this song is I used both of its features. I used the note kits where I can go onto the keyboard and piano and just straight out play some sounds. And I also kind of used their samples on here. I loved this hooked little instrument they have here, and I was able to utilize it in this song just to give a little extra added vocal flair because I don't have a lot of female vocalists handy here. So take a listen to how good this sounds. That just sounds too pretty, too pretty. So that happened to fit in perfectly with the song, which I loved. Them saying drifting away is actually how I came up with this song then.
You drifting away.
When inspiration hits, am I right? And then just so you see how versatile this plugin is, here's a completely different part of the song where it's just me playing and not using the sample-based stuff. Man, that's just super pretty too. Alright, if you're still here, you loved the video, you can admit it. And so with that, admit it to yourself by hitting that like button, smashing the subscribe, hitting the bell notification so you can see more videos like this. But last but certainly not least, this is probably my most used plugin last year and the one I absolutely think is worth every dime, and that is Vocalign. Is it Vocalign? Vocalign? You get the point. This just saves so much time, especially now when it's coming to vocals. Now, if you listen to the harmony here, I didn't quite sing it in line with the main lead vocal, and it's a little off and makes it a little distracting.
It wasn't all the words or who you chose.
So it's just off enough to be distracting. Now, normally what I would go in before this plugin is I would go in and I would kind of time stretch, if you will, the harmony to make it in line perfectly with the lead vocal. That is something you can do. Some producers actually prefer to go in and hand do that. I prefer to not lose inspiration, be able to quickly go in, line up my vocals, and press on, especially when it comes to doing gang vocals and those types of things. So watch with just a few clicks how I line up these two vocals. First thing I'll do is I'll select the two tracks. I'll go find Vocalign. Now I'm gonna make sure that I have the little link icon here. First things first is you want to go in and just make sure you have selected the type of timing you want off the get-go. Now this is something you can change eventually after it's already in here, but it's pretty helpful if you do it beforehand. So this is a vocal harmony, and then I want just some slightly loose timing, so I don't want it perfectly lined up because I do want you as a listener to know that this was two separate takes and they're not perfectly lined up. So I'll use that one. Now with just a couple clicks, these are gonna be lined up. I'll go up here and I will just select lead vocal, and that's the guide, that's my main. I'll go here and just select that one harmony point, click dub, and you can tell here it's already lined up the two vocals. That easy.
It wasn't all the words or who you chose.
Perfect. Lastly, what's great, especially when you do doubles, when you go in and you tune that lead vocal, you can then use Vocalign to automatically tune to that as well. So it saves you a load of time if you're gonna do a bunch of different doubles, you're doing different takes of your harmonies, and you need them all just in tune. It just saves you so much time. Now, if you're anything like me, whenever I see videos like this, I'm always like, hey man, show me like the full song. Show me what you're working on. Now, a lot of people don't show it, and I get it. This is not a finished song. It's not mixed. It's not mastered. It doesn't sound as good as it's going to. So I just need to show you this song. But before I do that, make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe. It really does help me keep creating these videos But until next time, I'm Phil. Keep creating music.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I wait? Do I start to find somebody new? 'Cause it's quite obvious somewhere your feelings have changed. I see you drifting